everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Media Makers podcast. I hope you guys enjoy this series in which Michael, Sarah, and I, Jesus, will be discussing the effects of YouTube content on individuals. And without further ado, I pass you to Michael.
Thank you, Zeus, for letting us join the podcast. And today we have a very interesting topic to discuss about, and which is YouTube. Living in a modern tech culture nowadays, it is not really possible for anyone to not know of the name called YouTube. So, I have a question for both of you, Zeus and Sarah. What does come into your mind when you think of the word name YouTube?
When I think
I
of
think
YouTube,
oh, sorry. You go first.
oh yeah, sure. When I think of YouTube, I think of unboxing videos. I think of the views. I think of the numbers that it has. I think of how much YouTube has influenced our society in what, like 10, 15 years. That's
Yeah.
what I think of when I think of YouTube.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think YouTube is a main social media source for a lot of people. And I know that a huge amount of people around the world look at a lot of different channels and their different interests. That's what I think about.
Exactly. This
Totally
whole
agree.
thing of YouTube has become like so connected to our daily life on what we do and what we live for that it's not even possible to like not know of this name anymore. like, so we might be wondering like what made YouTube like get to this point or become like very popular up to this point. So I have my notepad on, like I just put up like ran off some points, and one of the main reasons that I want to start off with is the power of YouTube marketing. But you might have a question. Hey, YouTube is not the only place for marketing. You could just go on with some alternatives such as like Wistia or Vimeo. Like they're useful as well. But for this, I have a main reason why YouTube is different compared to both of them. All right. So the first reason to kick off is the engagement of benefits on visual contents. So scientifically, it's proven scientifically that 90% of the information when someone reads or watches something goes into their mind. So compared to like reading something, like YouTube make you the features in YouTube and the video content on YouTube make it really visualizable for readers. Oh, sorry, I mean for people who watches it to like get it absorbed into their mind. And the second point I want to go run on with is how the YouTube users engage with the video content on the YouTube. So the thing what I'm trying to explain is like not only we can watch videos on YouTube, we can also like subscribe and even share on YouTube. Like it's really amazing that YouTube have these kind of features, and that is one of the reasons why it excels on both the Vizir and Vimeo, to be honest. And another one is the vast audience on YouTube. Um, so, proven from eTraffic, it says that there's more than 1 billion unique users that uses YouTube, and also there's like it has 56 to 60 countries controlled throughout the world. How amazing! That's how much power YouTube has gone through ages. That is, it has started created. And also, when you talk about the number of users, a billion user, wow, it's like one third of the internet, if I'm being honest. So the good thing about that is like the influencers in YouTube don't have to compete for the audience size because there's like a lot of numbers of users already, so they could just do their own marketing stuff. And also, another good thing about the YouTube is not it's not only about making videos, but you can also make money at YouTube by making your own advertisements. So like that's what I'm saying is before, like compared to those two, not only can it make you those two such as Vismeo, not only can it make like videos or you make videos, you can also make money from advertising. So there are also three types of advertisement available on YouTube, which are in stream, in display, and in search. So these are many of the reasons why YouTube is where it is right now, known as the second largest engine compared to Google. So after talking about the power of marketing in YouTube, I want to discuss a little bit about the data policy of YouTube. So like knowing the fact that YouTube has the power of that has a lot of power throughout the world with marketing, let's also talk about like how it handles the information that it obtains from the user. So the first three things or a few things that you should aware of when you first use YouTube are some of these. Like it'll ask you to for your location. So you might be wondering like why is it asking for your location? Why does YouTube need a particular user's location just to watch the videos? So and YouTube has provided a reason for that, which is it tracks your location to improve the recommendation of where you live. For example, if you live in US, you only get something that is related to US, or maybe something that is related, basically to improve the recommendation of where regarding where we live. And also, another thing that's gonna ask is your email and also your date of birth and contact info. And this wouldn't be like a very big reason because like not only YouTube asks this, like many of the site as for example like email asks this, so it wouldn't be very surprising. And also, lastly, I just want to say that these kind of stuff, the YouTube just basically like asks you some of these the locations and your date of birth and your contact info just for strictly for YouTube experience and not to sell it to any third party user. But like this is just my opinion. Like although YouTube states that like it is not using it for any malicious uses or to sell it to any third party users, it's just scary like how YouTube can control or see what we're doing on its platform. So YouTube, so looking at the page 230 in Media and Society book, it says that it enables new form of participation where ordinary people can create and circulate content and express their point of views. This basically repents to YouTube, like how YouTube make us users being able to like create and do content in its platform. But one of I think some of the side effects that I can think of for using YouTube, although it's free and then that we can use it throughout the whole world, is that we become addicted. We become to the point where we have to live or participate doing it every day. For example, if you look at the page 231 of Common Media Society, it says, we live in a media culture that calls us on and to participate every day. So this basically means like, for example, if you look at YouTube influencers, since they're making a living on YouTube, right? They'll have to do this. This will become their daily thing, like showing their faces, doing what they want to do on YouTube. So without this, they can't live anymore. They can't make money. So, and another thing is, let's talking about the tracking, right? Just think of like how YouTube can track and control us. So if you look at page 231 of Media and Society, it says that while we blog, upload videos, and comment, each of these activities take place within the system that watches, responds, manages, and profit from these activities. That's exactly what YouTube is. YouTube literally can see what we does and also profits and from what we do. It has the full power to delete and do whatever they want based on post content. And lastly, what I wanted to say this: viewing habits are tracked to improve upon the consumer experience. For instance, such as a user who watches video games or we recommended to those kinds of videos mainly. That's it for my podcast, and see you guys in the next podcast.